Welcome to week 46, I think it is. Welcome to my new members and welcome to everyone that's existing. I'm going to take you through the house build as is at the moment, and then the weekly events that took place, some of which were quite dramatic, you can watch at the end. So, without further ado, let's go and have a look at what's happened last week. Well, that's what my sexy front doors are going to look like by tonight. He's going to put a temporary lock on it, and then on Monday they're going to varnish it, put the locks, the handles and the brass decor, which he's going to rebate into the doors. So all of that will look slightly different by the time it's finished, but that's what it looks like now. And we've got the tiles for the wall at the front and the front of the kitchen island. Here they are, they're a lovely grey. Of course they are. And they look quite nice. You can see the three poles have now been concreted in, and I've ordered the canopy that goes from there across to the house. I've ordered the anchor bolts as well. I've ordered the cable and I've ordered the canopies. So when that all arrives next week, maybe we can install that. These just need painting, a primer and then painting and then blocking off at the head, because you don't want rain to go inside that. So Ron is just going to put some mortar or some other concrete in the ends of those poles, and then they'll be secure from the rain. So Ronnie's going to finish this today, hopefully, and then grout it a bit later. Ronnie or someone's going to do the pebble dash on the sides and on the top. With the canopy done and the pond done, we can then get the man in to do the filtration, and then this thing can sit there turning out water and establishing itself while I plant some plants inside. There's been a bit of work in here, just the AC connections are now in place. Admittedly, that one's got to move right over here, so we'll have a lovely bit of making good to do. But what I've brought you down here to show you is the kitchen. So they've been doing the drawer fronts and the cabinet fronts all week. Provisionally put them in place. These are the ones that you press and then they spring out, so there's no handle on these. Looks quite nice, doesn't it? Once you've got the marble on the top, I think it'll look quite nice. We've got to make a hole in there and there for the oven and the microwave, and then we can plug in the door intercom into one of these. We'll just make a hole underneath here and then feed the wire through and then plug it in. Yeah. There you go, that's looking a lot cleaner now, isn't it? Yep. So what they're going to do as well before they leave site, on this badly fitting door that they're going to replace, in the meantime we're going to drill a hole in here so the lock can go into the frame and lock the door, and then the house is secure. These three wooden PVC items, looks like wood but it's PVC. I've shown you before in the daily cutouts at the end, but basically they're going to go 1, 2, 3 down there, and that will break it up. Now, what you've probably tuned in for is the damage that took place during the week from the fire. It was a semi-big deal. 2 wagons turned up from the fire brigade. There's no fire hydrant point, so they had to refill, I think it was 3 times. We got hit with a bit of damage here. All our cess pipes melted. Bit of a shame. I mean, you tell me how that got embers. I don't know. So it was fairly close to the house. There's more details of this in the build-ups at the end of this video, so please hang around until the end and you can see. But generally speaking, all that got mullered, and there's a great section of next door which is now desolate, black, charcoaled, and I tell you what, 2 days later and I can still smell it. And I think there was some form of a house there, or a shed, from there all the way to there, and that's vanished. So it was a big deal. As I say, you can see more in the end sections at the end. So there we go. Not a massive lot this week, to be honest with you, just the pool and some deliveries. So without further ado, let's go and have a look at what happened during the week. Sit back and enjoy. Good morning, today's Sunday and I thought I'd tell you where I am. I'm in Vascos, which is a little bar in Subic Bay. It overhangs the water, and the owner in his youth did a bit of water hunting, water treasure hunting, and he brought up various artifacts in the Asian area, and he collected them all and he stuck them in the museum out the back of the bar there, you see. There's all sorts in there. There's pottery, there's coins, there's cannonballs, there's all sorts of stuff. It's well worth taking a visit over here. So where I am at the minute is the restaurant. Over there is the so-called museum he's got. Then to the right, and in fact behind me, are rooms that you can rent. There you've got the nice view he's got. Coming into shot, just behind this big tanker is Subic and Subic Bay, and a longer pub. You can see it's quite pleasant, and they do nice meals here as well, and I'm not sponsored by the place, so see how good I am. Right, so that's me Sunday. I thought I'd just fill you in on what's happening. I thought I'd take a drive up here on the old Hayabusa, which was quite pleasant as well, I might add. 100 kilometres an hour. What's that, about 70, 60 miles an hour? It's nothing. It's not even in second gear, but it is a nice relaxing ride. Anyway, that's me Sunday. Oh, before I forget, Joy's gone to her mother's house, because just round the corner from her mother's house is a guy that sells soil in bags for 120 pesos a bag, which is nothing. It was 100, but inflation. So she's gone to get 20 bags, because next week we may find ourselves planting some plants in the garden, and those foxtail palms are planted with the same soil. They've done great, haven't they? They've started to grow. They're showing no signs of water starvation or anything, so they're doing all right. So if I can plant some more with the same soil, maybe we'll get the same result. Anyway, carry on. On Monday, here's me arriving on the Hayabusa. You can see this is the quality of the CCTV I've got. Right, that's it. I got one of the painters to paint at the render that we've done on the side of the house to hide the undulations I told you about earlier. The same as that. So this all blends in quite nice. Goes across the front of the balcony and around the side of the house. It'll also go around the pool as well when he gets round to it. Hey, well, imagine my surprise on Thursday when I just looked at the CCTV pictures and saw the fire brigade hosing down next door's garden. I think there was just a bit of a fire. You can see it there. I speeded the film up because there was quite a lot of it. So we know the fire brigade can now reach my property. We know the time it takes and we know how efficient they are. Not saying that we set this up. I wouldn't say that at all. But we can use this information to our benefit. As you know, we did get a slight bit of damage at the side. Nothing to cry about really. We were lucky. Next door we're lucky as well. That side there. If that had really caught on those trees, the house would have gone up. No question about that. And these video from the CCTV just show a little bit of blue smoke wafting across our site. But to be honest with you, when you see it afterwards, it was quite an extensive fire and it's destroyed, it's got to be a hectare of plantation behind me and to the side. So fingers crossed everyone survived it okay. Back to the works. Well, that's Ronnie's progress so far. On Thursday, most of the base done. Yeah, coming on well. Here's the kitchen, guys. Look at him working away. What a good job he's doing. Oh, that's good. So I guess once all this has been prepared, it'll just be slotted in the other room. Very good. Well, that's the only damage that we got. Seems to have set fire to... I'm not going to be able to do a cess through that, am I, ladies and gentlemen? I think my cess pipe got melted. So we'll just put a new one in, I suppose. Got to do something, haven't we? Look how close that was to the house. Ay, 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 ay. Well, I know I wanted the shrub cutting back, but that's ridiculous. Yeah, you can see it's had its effect down there, can't you? Definitely cut that back a bit. Yeah, I can't say it's improved my view, but it has given us an idea of what the slope is. Yeah, that'll soon come back though. Give it a couple of months, that'll soon be back. But you can see what damage there was. Let's have a look over there and see what there is. There you go, that's how much damage there was. I'll do my side first. So there's just down here, it's had a go at all this. What does Joy think to it all? Look, she's upset. She wanted that weed over there. So all of this weed has gone. So we now know what size land we've got down here, which we're still thinking about putting a layer of the concrete on there, layer of concrete, and put some plants in the planters. That will give us all this room here to enjoy. On the outside of it, it's removed all of the bush at the back. You can see the slope. It's taken all that off. There's people down there at the moment. I think it's the fire brigade. You can see down there, just there, through the burnt wood. It went right down there. I bet next door were a bit worried because they're surrounded by all that, aren't they? There's still some smoke popping up. And then next door, where it started, look at that. It's decimated whatever their garden was. Now, whether they were clearing it, there's still fire down there, I can see it. Whether they were clearing it and it got out of hand, or whether it was an accident, who knows? The good news is we've got a wall here between us, haven't we? Yeah, that certainly had its fair share of grief, that one. You can see there's still flames there. They'll just burn themselves out, I guess. It's taken that house down there. Do you remember the house that was there? That's gone. Maybe they want to clear it so they can sell it. What do you think? Who knows? Now that line across there looks quite good, doesn't it? Yeah. Anyway, what you can also see are 1, 2, 3 metal poles. We'll put 3 wall anchors, maybe one on that wall as well. We'll put the metal wire between them all, and then we will hang a material roof to protect this from sun, so I don't get green algae. Well, I'll get green algae, but I won't get it growing quite that fast. Yeah, so those should be up and running shortly, shouldn't they? Oh no, that's the house that was. There was another one just there. You can see it on Google Maps or Google Earth. You can't see it from the house. Anyway, that's gone now, isn't it? Fire brigade have left their hose there. Yeah, that's certainly destroyed the wildlife. That's the concrete for the foundation for the poles. So shortly that'll be going in. They'll align the poles, make sure they're vertical, and then tomorrow morning they should be fairly rigid. Right, that, my friends, is 3 pieces of wood look PVC, and they go in that space there, and we're going to space them so one's about there, one's about there, and one's about there. It'll add a nice break between the rooms, because if you stand here, you see it's all one long but if I've got 3 bits of wood acting as a divider there, it breaks off the kitchen and dining room with this area here, which is for watching TV on the big telly and the stairs. So they're in. So we just got to fit them into position and that's finished. Now, not to keep going on about this fire, but it's cleared all of that, all down the slope. You can see a scorch mark on the grass on the flat bit just there. You can see through this and you can see a scorch mark on the embankment as it comes back up. So all of that's gone up. Yeah, they only just got to it in time, or my neighbours would have been roasting, haven't they? There you go. Luckily, you see, I've got this wall in front of me, but that didn't do any good, did it, the wall? I mean, it still caught this lot of light. So what I'm going to have to do, this bit will be concreted. Fire can't travel or catch concrete alike, can it? And then this embankment here, I'm just going to plant some plants with long roots to keep the embankment gradient stable. And then down here I might just put a little barracubo, little wooden hut, because that's quite a pleasant view. And I tell you what, there's a lovely wind coming up here. Yeah. Wow. That was a close shave, wasn't it? Anyway, enough of the fire. Let's get back to the house and what's happened. There's my beautiful front doors. The company that is doing this, I'll put their details in the description. They're Faultless. They're the company that are doing all my internal stuff, the settees, the console tables. They did my dining room table, my chairs. So I have full confidence, and you can see the detail and the craftsmanship that's gone into that. So by the end of today, both of those will be in place. He's going to do a provisional lock or a temporary lock so we can lock it up over the weekend, and then on Monday he's going to return, put the finishing bits to it, varnish it, and then it's also going to bring in my other furniture as well, now that the house is semi-secure. This guy here is wiping it down with alcohol, or thinners I guess, just to get any glue off and the marks. So he's just going to give them all a quick rub down. You can see that's just coming off Very well. So he's going to be doing all that, getting it nice and finished. We've got another week left, so there shouldn't be too many problems. We cut back the shelf so we can gain access to the fuses, and he's just got to make a hole in there and there so we can plug in the oven and the microwave, and we're also going to plug in the front unit. So I'm sure it'll look nice. What didn't look nice was this pathway that we started to make around the side. It looked awful when we finished. So with rethinking that plan, it's probably going to be a flagstone and some big white stones either side. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. So I wish everyone a fantastic week and a happy week, and everything that you want goes correct. Here's a couple of bloopers. See you next week. Hello and welcome to this week's Dan's Diary on house build. This is the oh no. Now, as you know, we've got the alarm, the door, fucking hell.
Game over.